Christine Burke here from Ignite Your Inner Bliss, and I thought I'd just shoot this quick video today to talk about the pros and cons of having a home-based business. And I've been running a business from home for a couple of years now, and I absolutely love it. But it definitely does not come without challenge. And I know that in this day and age, you know, this is where people are moving more to. More things are online. Online is where it's at. Networking that goes on online is amazing. Online marketing, it really is the way of the future. And having a home-based business, it's really, really attractive for a lot of people for a few reasons. But I just want to give you some tips on things that you might consider before you jump into a home-based business. So the first one is, you know, obviously this idea of being your own boss. Now, this is really attractive to people, and actually, there was a statistic out there that looked at the number of people who were actually attracted to the idea of running their own business. It was quite high, like 80% of people would love to be their own boss. However, the challenge here is, in order to be running a business from home, a business that you yourself own and run, it takes a great deal of discipline. Okay, it takes a great deal of drive and motivation for you to do the things that you need to do every day in your business to keep it moving forward and to make money, which is the whole point. And so this does require a lot of discipline, because there's no boss looking over your shoulder. There's no time clock. There's nobody telling you necessarily what you need to do and what you don't need to do. There's no boss. You are the boss. So yes, being your own boss and running your own show is great. It gives you a little bit of freedom and gives you the ability to really advance yourself and advance your income. But it does take a great deal of discipline. And I'm also going to give you a little bit of insight here as well. And I did do a blog article on this a little while ago about being an entrepreneur. And this was advice that came to me from a young woman named Peta Kelly. And that is this. We often use the term being your own boss, or I love being my own boss. But once you get into really the hard work and the juice of building your own business, you will come to terms with the fact that you're not actually the boss. Okay? The boss is your business, and your business is actually your vision. And as an entrepreneur, you want to have a really strong, fired up vision as to why you are building a business. So that was just a side tip. So number two is a more balanced family life. So this is great as well. If you are running your own show from home, there is a degree of flexibility in terms of your time. You can start working and do work before the kids get up, for example. You know, you can work in the evenings. You can choose certain times that you want to work during the day. However, when you work from home, the home stuff, the domestic responsibilities, I'm going to say, this is largely a challenge for women, is that those domestic responsibilities can become a bit of a distraction. And so, you know, with this whole balanced family life, we really need to be clear on the time that we have, the time that we're working. We need to be able to block out that time, and we need to be able to eliminate ourselves from other distractions, because again, if you're a mompreneur, if you're a mom and you want to run your own business, there's always laundry to be done. There'll be dishes to do, you know, that kind of thing. So you have to be able to minimize that kind of distraction. Now, number three is, you know, people love this. Like, I can work from a laptop anywhere in the world. I can work in my pajamas. And often I am well and truly into my working morning and I still have jammies on. But having a business from home or working from home can sometimes be a little lonely. And luckily, I am in a business where I build teams, and I absolutely love that. So I never feel alone, but it really depends on the business model that you're in. But it can become a little bit lonely. So you need to find ways to continually be networking. You need to find events maybe meetup groups, classes, speaking stuff where you're going to learn or hear someone speak about something. So you really need to still put yourself out there, get into life, just joining a group or just getting out there and continuing to network so that you can meet other people and just stay connected to what's going on. And the last one is this no limit on income. And this is a big one because if you're in a network marketing business like I am, there is no limit on the income that I can make. And that's awesome. And most people, when I speak to them about that, there's sort of their eyes glaze over like, oh my God, like they've never heard of such a thing. Well, it is possible, and there are people doing it every single day. The challenging part of that is, number one, is being able to see that and being able to understand that is in fact possible. And the second thing is understanding that in a situation where, you are the maker of your success, where your income potential is unlimited, you have to understand that it becomes a complete reward for effort situation. So in other words, you are only going to get paid on your efforts, right? Now, some people in traditional jobs may have this situation as well, however, less so. In a traditional corporate structure, which I've been in, I've worked for local government, I know that from my experience, I know that oftentimes, it's not so clean. The reward for effort equation is not as tight and is not as clean as it is when you're running your own show. So in other words, if I don't work and if I don't put in the effort and do what I need to do, I simply don't get paid. Because oftentimes we can find ourselves in job situations where in fact we may not actually be producing to the level that we are expected to, or that could be for a variety of different reasons. No judgments there. But often in a traditional work job or corporate or traditional business, we're actually getting paid, but we're not producing to the level where we're getting paid. So I hope that makes sense. But that would be the biggest challenge I would suggest to you, that building residual income, for example, as I am doing, is fantastic, and it's a beautiful thing that attracts people in a big way. But understanding that it now comes down to you and your efforts to produce 100%. So I hope you got some value from that. I hope this gave you some clarity and a little bit of learnings around running a home-based business. And if that resonates with you, please reach out to me. I would love to connect. And thanks for listening in. You can come see me at my Ignite Your Inner Bliss fan page. And look out for my next blog article in a couple of days. See you later.